We're counting down the top 8 cat food brands facing the biggest controversies in 2025, ranked from worst to best. From nutrient disasters and contamination scares to misleading marketing and vague recalls, each brand earned its spot based on official safety alerts, recalls, and legal disputes. Some of these names might surprise you. Which one tops the risk list? Here's number 8. In June 2010, IAMS issued a nationwide recall of its Proactive Health canned cat and kitten food after tests revealed dangerously low levels of thiamine, vitamin B1. For cats, thiamine isn't optional. Without enough, even a few weeks on the wrong food can trigger vomiting, loss of appetite, and severe neurological problems like stumbling, falling, or seizures. Some cases end in death if not caught fast. Just 7 weeks later, IAMS pulled certain dry veterinary formulas and indoor weight control with Hairball Care Foods over potential Salmonella contamination, a risk not just for cats, but also for people handling the kibble. These back-to-back recalls in 2010 exposed both a critical nutrient failure and a pathogen threat, putting IAMS at the bottom of the list for composite risk. For cat owners, it was a wake-up call. Even trusted brands can fail at the most basic levels of safety. In 2007, Hill's Pet Nutrition found itself pulled into the largest pet food recall in North American history. Melamine contaminated wheat gluten, traced back to Chinese suppliers, slipped into the supply chain and reached even the most trusted brands. Hill's, known for its prescription and vet-recommended diets, recalled over 800,000 pounds of product, with more than 1,000 complaints and millions spent on remediation. The fallout was severe. Cats and dogs suffered kidney failure, and the event shattered the illusion that premium brands are protected from upstream ingredient failures. Fast forward to 2019, and Hill's faced a new crisis. This time, a vitamin premix supplier delivered a batch with dangerously high levels of vitamin D. Although the 2019 recall affected only dog foods, the brand's reputation took another hit. For many pet owners, these events exposed a hard truth. Even brands built on clinical trust can be brought down by a single weak link in the supply chain. Composite risk puts Hill's at number 7. Blue Buffalo built its reputation on the True Blue promise, assuring cat owners their foods contain no poultry byproduct meals, no corn, wheat, or soy, and no artificial preservatives. But between 2014 and 2016, a series of class action lawsuits exposed a different reality. Internal supplier documents and court filings revealed that some Blue Buffalo products did, in fact, contain poultry byproduct meal, directly contradicting years of premium marketing. The legal fallout was massive. Blue Buffalo agreed to a $32 million settlement, one of the largest ever for pet food mislabeling. While the company denied wrongdoing, it pledged to overhaul its ingredient verification and labeling practices. Just as the dust was settling, a new problem surfaced. In November 2015, Blue Buffalo recalled select lots of its Blue Kitty Yums chicken recipe cat treats after FDA testing found propylene glycol, an ingredient banned from cat food, present in at least one bag. The recall covered 2 best buy dates and was described as a limited production run, but the incident underscored a gap between marketing promises and what ended up in the bag. For Blue Buffalo, the combination of a high-profile legal settlement and a regulatory recall put the brand squarely in the spotlight, reminding cat owners that premium claims are only as good as the evidence behind them. On July 14, 2021, Purina pulled a specific batch of Pro Plan Complete Essentials tuna entree in sauce after black, flexible plastic was found in some cans, a foreign object that could choke a cat or cause a dangerous blockage if swallowed. The recall covered about 120 pounds, limited to certain lot codes, but it rattled pet owners who rely on the Pro Plan line. Then came a different kind of storm. By July 31, 2024, the FDA released a bulletin summarizing around 1,300 adverse event reports tied to various Purina products. These were not confirmed cases, just complaints from owners and vets logged into the FDA's system. The agency made clear that no consistent defect turned up in their testing, and no recall was issued. Still, the sheer volume of reports set off a wave of online speculation and petitions. Purina responded by labeling the rumors as misinformation, urging customers to check official alerts and lot codes instead of viral posts. This episode shows how a single confirmed recall and a flood of unproven complaints can collide, making it harder for cat owners to separate fact from fear. When a cat needs a prescription diet, every nutrient in the bowl matters. In January 2023, Royal Canin issued a recall for 3,164 bags of its veterinary feline renal support, dry food. The problem was not contamination or a missing vitamin, it was mislabeling. Some bags, meant for cats with chronic kidney disease, actually contained a different Royal Canin veterinary formula. For healthy cats, that might not make much difference, but for cats with fragile kidneys, a mismatched diet can quietly undo months of careful management. No illnesses were officially reported, and the recall was limited to just over 20,000 pounds. Still, the incident raised alarms about precision and oversight in medical diets, where even a packaging slip can put vulnerable animals at risk. Royal Canin's earlier history includes a 2006 veterinary diet recall for excess vitamin D3, another reminder that errors in formulation or labeling can have real clinical consequences, especially when owners and vets are counting on the label to be right. On September 3, 2021, cat owners across Canada started hearing about a recall from Mars Pet Care Canada involving 15 different Whiskas dry cat food products. The official notice listed product names, UPC codes, and best buy dates, and told people to stop feeding the affected food immediately. But there was no mention of what was actually wrong, just that some raw ingredients didn't meet the company's internal quality standards. No contaminant was named, no symptoms were described, and the company stated they'd received no consumer complaints as of the recall date. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency echoed the same language, offering no details about health risks or what to watch for in cats. Social media picked up on the vagueness, with over 600 posts in a matter of days, many from frustrated owners demanding answers. Without knowing whether the risk was minor or serious, pet parents were left to guess if their cats were in danger or if the recall was just a precaution. This episode stands out, not for what happened, but for what wasn't said. When a brand withholds key information, even a lower risk event can shake trust. For cat owners, transparency is more than just a courtesy. It's the difference between panic and informed action. April 9, 2021 brought unwelcome news for Meow Mix fans. J.M. Smucker issued a limited recall for 2 lots of Meow Mix Original Choice dry cat food, 30-pound bags sold at select Walmart stores across 8 states, including Illinois, Missouri, and Utah. The issue was possible Salmonella contamination. About 4,500 pounds of kibble were affected, and while the company said no confirmed illnesses had been reported, the risk extended beyond the food bowl. Salmonella isn't just a threat to cats. Anyone scooping, pouring, or cleaning up after a cat eating contaminated kibble can pick up the bacteria through tiny crumbs or dust, especially young children, older adults, or anyone with a weakened immune system. The Centers for Disease Control estimate that zoonotic transmission from pet food, while rare, can lead to serious illness in people. By the time the recall went public, 112 consumer complaints had landed, and the warning covered stores in 8 states. For cat owners, this recall was a reminder. Even limited, lot-specific issues can have far-reaching consequences, and dry food is not immune to problems that affect both pets and their people. Orijen, made by Champion Pet Foods, rounds out the countdown in a very different way. While every other brand on this list has faced at least one official recall or safety alert, Orijen's controversies center on what's written on the bag, not what's in it. Between 2020 and 2021, Champion Pet Foods faced a series of legal and regulatory challenges over marketing terms like wild-caught fish and free-run chicken. Lawsuits and investigations in North America and Europe questioned whether these claims matched the actual sourcing of ingredients. Rather than a recall, the outcome was a set of settlements and voluntary changes. Orijen revised its packaging, clarified its sourcing statements, and committed to greater transparency, including publishing more information about where ingredients come from and how animals are raised. There's no record of a major cat food safety recall or nutrient error for Orijen. The disputes were about label accuracy and the fine print of marketing, not contamination or misformulation. For consumers, this means the core risk was never about immediate harm to cats, but about how much trust to put in premium-sounding claims. After the settlements, Orijen strengthened its traceability program, offering certificates of origin and clearer definitions for terms like wild-caught and free-run. That's why Orijen lands at number 1 here, the safest among controversial brands with a score of 38 crowns out of 100. The lesson? When a brand's biggest issue is marketing language, not product safety, it stands apart from the rest of the list. Across all 8 brands, one pattern stands out. Cat food risks rarely come from just one source. Contamination, nutrient mistakes, and vague marketing all threaten pet safety. In 2025, vigilance matters more than any label. For your cat, every bowl is a trust you can't outsource. Share your thoughts below.